Gen.G's draft has a lot of pick potential and a lot of frontline with this Gwen, so the Xayah can come online. But I think you, once again, kind of have to control the game from start to finish. Otherwise, the Sivir scaling kind of gets out of control.
In about a minute, but the Dragon has been somewhat ignored for now.
This top side is just continuing to be an issue for Keen. Like, the deficit, it's not massive, but it gets like it's a little bit bigger every wave, it feels like here, as Doran is now having this wave pushing over. Faker does have his ult, and they could look for a play. Keen potentially caught.
Yep, there's the counter-strike. It's actually going to get the value here as the seismic shove pushes him back. No flash available, and there's first blood going over to Doran's Jax. In 2017.
That should be Dragon in exchange here for T1, you have to think. His owner is clearing his jungle on his way over to that full control they have on the bottom side. TP is going to come through from Keen, who was holding the mid wave here, but so many plates, like you said, go over, and they get the Dragon. So still sit on that 400 gold lead, and I think Gen.G really want to be ahead in this game quite significantly at this stage, and they're not.
Yeah, nice little charm is going to connect onto Faker here, but he's thrown a whole lot of rocks around. Actually flashes to get out of the way of this Grand Starfall from Canyon, and they look for the dive. There's the flash stun, and they lock down the kill. Still, Canyon is going to be taken out, so a 1-for-1 from the GOAT outside of the top outer turret. Regardless, still going to be able to get Faker the 1-for-1 trade. It does mean that Faker is off the map and isn't able to pick up that top outer turret. Wave that did crash into the turret, so still going to be working out relatively well for Gen.G.
Still worth for them. Just very impressive from Faker.
Yep. It's always good to appreciate. As Canyon is going to face check and isn't feeling fantastic about it. On the hunt is Gumayushi. His ruler going to rotate over, but it's mainly just to watch this Pantheon die. And so Canyon's woes continuing here.
Now Faker's looking for a Weaver's Wall.
Yep, Ruler might need to ult here as the seismic shove is going to pick him up. Let's see whether the Pop Blossom is going to come on through. There it is. Duro going to have to flash out of the way, though the rocks go wide. But still, that is double ultis on cooldown.
Plus
as well as a flash for this Nico.
Even a heal. Keen is going to try to get some value here in the side lane with 3 grubs on this Gwen. Will be answered by a teleport. He got some damage done. He wasn't able to get the significant punch back they were looking for. I think we have to acknowledge that, but otherwise he's a man possessed today.
Yeah. And Doran going to look for a little bit of an angle here. Gets the ulti out of Chovy. Actually a big deal, as he's not going to be resetting in any fights coming on up, as Double Dragon being considered here by T1. Got a little bit close to an Earth, Wind, and Fire. Thankfully, we do have an angle for it, as it's another Ocean Soul, second in a row. And that's feats of strength locked in for T1 as well.
Same time, we won't see Faker commit for this one, but the Herald dropped in mid with this wave here. It should just be a trade of turrets. Doran does lose his flash, but it's not really a trade up for Gen.G, and the game state for them is not where they want it to be.
Oh dear.
And this is going to be a collapse for sure.
Yeah, there's a Rift Herald on our way down here, as Faker is going to try and shove Keen. It doesn't quite work out here, as the Rift Herald is just going to bypass. They pick up the turret, and now the Cyclone on top of the Gwen. No way for him to get out of that, and that is just owner once again. Oh, your turret. When there is no minion wave. So a little bit unfortunate there for Keen, but still was overextended and did see Owner get back into that Rift Herald, so it's likely that he was heading somewhere down, as he's looking to do the play one more time, this time without the Cyclone, but we'll see whether that actually matters as the Weaver's Wall comes down. Charm is going to miss, and Chovy has to eat so many rocks and has to flash, as now the turnaround potentially coming in here as Keen looking for the angle, wanting revenge onto this Talia. As the needlework comes out, Chovy finds the charm, as Gumayushi finds himself so far away from the rest of his team, but maybe that's part of the play as they go 2-for-1. I guess the backline ganking Sivir kind of worked out.
No, absolutely worked out in the end. I think Guma thought he has priced into it. He's going to go for the play regardless. Except from Doran, he may have to TP in. If we see Gen.G look for the Otacon startup, Keen does a ton of damage, even just on one item here. The Gwen is just going to help rush this down, so T1 have to be quick on the rotation. I think Doran will have to TP in very quickly here. There it is, the top side.
Yep, Owner's going to be moving in. I mean, T1 have full information as to what's going on here, and Keen's already down to 50% health. Ruler trying to get some damage down. Gen.G are going to be looking for the turn as Owner moves on over, and now Chovy looking for the angle. Pop Blossom connects, finds only one as Faker flashes his way out. Doran avoids all of the feathers so beautifully, and it's Nico that goes down first. The Wukong steals away the Otacon. Of course, Owner does. The man's playing like a beast today. Keen does manage to find the value, and now it's Ruler's turn to pop off as Canyon trying to run his way out. The seismic shove doesn't find the angle, but he still jumps onto a rock as Doran's so scary. Finds the Empower, takes down the Pantheon, and it's Chovy and Ruler left alive in the end, but the Otacon goes to T1.
Yeah, the Otacon goes to T1. Canyon was on the left side of that fight, and it was a Gwen versus a Wukong there in the Otacon exchange, so advantage jungler in that case.
Great play from T1, really showing the value of Taliyah in these team fights.
This looks like what the Legend Group games all looked like for so much of rounds 3 to 5, where if you get a small lead...
You see a team fight, once again, between these two squads. The only one that we've had in this game feels like that Otacon fight that did go T1's way. Owner on such a good team fighting champion here as well. He has been in such good form today.
Ruler and Keen have to do so much heavy lifting in this fight. Keen does have that arm guard he was able to buy. Will really help him out. Same can be said of Doran, of course, but that Gwen damage is going to be massive if you can get just a little bit of time.
Oh, Chovy off on a flank angle. Does get the Warrior Trickster out of Owner, but it's not a massive cooldown. Seismic Shove going to go wide this time. Canyon able to walk that one off. Gen.G with control of the river for the moment as Doran gets charmed up. But there's the Cyclone. Into the backline goes Owner, but he's kind of alone and hasn't really used his ultimate for much. Does flash to get himself to safety. As in goes Doran now. He will go golden, but this is so disjointed, and Keen is going to get on top of Gumayusi. Goes golden himself by so much space, but where's the follow-up? Keen just runs and will get shoved back towards Faker and takes a huge rock. That is going to be the dragon secured with the feather pullback, and now I think Doran may eventually die, although no, he doesn't. He has leap strike, so he's just fine.
Meaning a lot of pressure, but not a whole lot of really big team fights, but this is going to be one of them.
Yeah, Ruler with 4 items complete as well, like that Bloodthirster on top of everything. He is very, very frightening and can now play a whole lot more aggressively with that extra shield, with the extra lifesteal. But that is going to be a phenomenal shove. Chovy has to go golden at the beginning of this fight as now Doran looking for the angle, tries to get the counter-strike, but they take down Chovy. That's the biggest part of it. Faker gets into the backline. Duro just melting so incredibly quickly. Keen goes golden, but I don't think he's surviving for much longer, and Owner will finish off the Gwen. The entire top side are destroyed. Ruler and Duro not knowing what to do next as they destroy the team fight.
It's a smash win in the team fight for T1. The shoves from Faker, the Taliyah has just been out of control this game, and now just a lone bot duo trying to defend against this massive push from T1 to bring themselves to match point.
Let's see whether they can actually finish it here as Doran going in, flashes forward to get on top of Ruler, and of course the seismic shove there. This game is over, ladies and gentlemen, and T1 have match point now for the next 2 games at least.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.